There are many different people in the world. Some are quiet, others athletic, several social, and more artistic. During the Second World War in the 1940s, two women decided to put human characteristics to good use. Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter, Isabel Briggs Myers, created the Myers-Briggs test based off the theories created by Carl Jung over 20 years earlier. They made it to help women who had just started working lead happier lives by knowing what kind of person they were and where they would fit in best.
For my project, I wanted to find out whether people with what are called unusual names share personality traits with other unusually named people, and observe the same thing in people with common names. Somebody with a common name is one who appeared in the top 10 to 20 names for their specific birth year. Somebody with an unusual name had a name that ranked under 500 for their birth year. I chose 8 female subjects from each category. Each girl was instructed to perform just one task: take the Myers-Briggs test. It is 72 yes or no questions that give you 4 letters once completed. The first letter is either I or E, the second either S or N, the third either T or F, and the fourth either J or P. E and I stand for extrovert and introvert. S and N mean sensing and intuition. T and F are thinking and feeling. J and P represent judging or perceiving. The Myers-Briggs test evaluates which letter of each pair you prefer. My results were ESTJ, a sensing, thinking, and judging extrovert. My name was one of the 8 unusual names chosen. Other names in this category included Naya, Keely, Colette, Anya, Gretchen, Aisling, and Tamara. In the common names category were the following: Sarah, Megan, Jessica, Anna, Ashley, Emily, Hannah, and Abby. My research question was, does the commonness of your name influence your personality? And my final predicted outcome was that people with usual names would share similar characteristics, and the same for unusual names. Once every girl completed her test and sent in her results, I calculated the most popular traits among each group and the least common. I picked out every similarity and difference that I could. My final results were that your personality is not defined by the commonness of your name. However, there were certain traits more present in each group. The point of my project was to find out whether people with unusual names share similar characteristic traits according to the Myers-Briggs test, and if the same went for kids with common names. 7 out of 8 of the unusuals were extroverts, and 5 out of the 8 of the usuals were extroverts. I concluded that my answer was the most mutual trait within the common was intuition and judging. 75% preferred judging over perceiving, or intuition over sensing. The most found characteristics within the unusuals was judging. 88% preferred judging over perceiving. Neither group's personalities seemed to be deeply affected by the commonness of their names, but sensing was more common in the unusuals, with a percentage of 50, rather than 25% from the usuals group. A major conclusion was that people with unusual names are most likely to have an extroverted, feeling, and judging personality. People with common names are most likely to have an extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging personality.